You were one of 11 children.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, and with all you've accomplished, all you've been through, what was the most important thing you learned as being one of 11 children?
Well, I learned that you had to share a lot, and you bang one another upside the head a lot. So, and which one would reach for a biscuit fast as the other, trying to get a biscuit before the other one. We lived in what we call a shotgun house, and there was a bed over this side and a bed over on this side, and we sleep 3 and 4 to a bed. And I remember sometime I'd wake up and my brother's toes was right, toes on my nose like that. But more than that, you learn it's more to it than just growing up and bopping one another upside the head. And you got, we grew up on a farm, and we all had something to do. In the evenings, either me or my brother that I'm next to, we would go get what we call the chips, real dry chips, where my mother could start the fire in the morning prior to us going chopping the cotton. But by sunup, we're all in the field. Right. I walked 4 miles to school and 4 miles back. That's where I grew up.
Do you remember the first music that you heard as a child, very young?
Well, the Grand Ole Opry was one of them, but I used to, my mom and dad liked gospel music, so they used to listen to the Five Blind Boys from both Alabama and Mississippi.
A lot of people don't know that. They were the Five Blind Boys of Mississippi, as well as another group of the Five Blind Boys of Alabama.
But not because I'm from Mississippi, but I think the leader of that group was the best, I think. Right. Being a kind of a picker myself.
So you think maybe the first music you heard was gospel music. Do you remember an early hymn or an early gospel song that you particularly liked as a child?
Well, it would probably be a country song that was done by maybe and Charley the Louvin brothers, or someone from the Opry or something like that. It's one song that I don't remember every word, but it's praise in the righteous and the power, ready to live in paradise. We'll have a new body, praise the Lord, I'll have a new life. That's one. I don't know all the words to it, but another one was, oh goodness, so many. Oh, Bill Monroe was my dad's favorite bluegrass singer, and I've got in my new gospel album, I have Matchings for Me, one of his songs called Matchings for Me. He said like,
Bill Monroe.
There's folks building homes as sweet as can be. They live in the hut, they're planting their trees. But my little hut, I just let it be. While my Jesus is building a mansion for me.
You go from hearing gospel music as a very young child and hearing the Grand Ole Opry on the old Philco radio, which the family gathered around in Sledge, Mississippi.
Yeah.
When did you pick up an instrument the first time? Was it a guitar?
My mother ordered me a guitar for $14 from Sears Roebuck, and I have to give you a sad thing about that too. We got it like over in the evening, and we were out by the lot in the wagon, and I left it in the wagon and it rained. It's just glued together, It's called Silvertone. That was Sears Roebuck's handle.
At what age would you have been then, George?
14 years old.
You pick up the guitar. This one guitar gets ruined, but eventually...
I kept trying to tune it, and it just kept bowing and bowing. The strings, with the glue around it. And my mother was walking up on the porch. It was probably about 105 degrees, and she heard something go... So she came, she said, boy, you better go up there and look at, she called it my box. You better go take a look at your box. It's either rats are running over, there's something to fall off of that. I got up there and it had, it pulled. So I kept the neck for a long time. And I'm sure that the Country Music Hall of Fame would love to have even that neck or something,
They sure would.
I remember the last time I saw it was out and then by the road, just as you leave the house. That's the last thing I had of it. Of the guitar.
But you're also trying to play baseball.
Yeah. Well, see, when Jackie Robinson went to the major leagues, I looked and I said, oh, here's my way out of the cotton field, right? Just bing, like that, you see. So I'm picking cotton next to my dad. This day I'm going to beat him picking cotton. I'm carrying 2 rows just like him. We get to the scales. They put mine on there, level. Put my dad's on there. I said, I was right with him. I was picking right. I said, I want right along with him. Here's it took way out here to get the way it up. 30 pounds difference. He said, now come here, son. He says, he looked up under that leaf. See, cotton opens under the leaves too. Right? He said, now, see there, you missed that one. Down to there, you missed that one. He said, now, son, there's an art to everything. I never forgot that. Even out there picking that cotton, there's an art to everything.
And indeed there is. Unquestionably, there are better anchormen and better television correspondents than I'll ever be. But I'm the only one I know who actually picked cotton. And I understand that story, that you got to get underneath.
Yeah, because they
and
open.
The reason you could pick side by side with your father, step by step with him, and you get to the end, his weighs more than yours, is because he's getting underneath.
And he said it. He said, art to everything. He says, you were getting everything in sight. I was getting everything in sight and out of sight.
And there's an art to everything.
That's what he said.